Hello everyone, and in this video I will be showing you 7 ways to skip Dragon and Sock Puppet in Castle Crashers Remastered. Each of these skips work in normal mode as well as insane mode, so buckle yourself in for skip number 1, the revive skip. Now before I explain to you this skip, I need to tell you about teleports. So whenever a player goes out of bounds or off screen, the game will try to fix this by teleporting them back on screen. Now teleports can be turned off if you exit the map when they are toggled off. Teleports will always be toggled off during a cutscene or during the entire duration of the parade level and pirate ship level. So turning off teleports is as simple as going into the parade level and exiting the map. Anyways, back to the revive skip. This is going to require one player off screen, so make sure you disable teleports before attempting this. So for this skip, you need at least 2 players. Have one of the players go as far right as possible, and then inch back just a little bit to the left, and then die in this spot. Then you're going to have the other player kill all of the enemies in the first wave, and then activate the second wave. Then run back to the left, and you should see that the player that died is half on screen and half off screen. And now you need to revive the dead player. This will put the revived player off screen to the left. And once you are in this position, you are going to run as far down as possible. And then, if you are a tornado character, you're going to tornado and move down, or shield if you're not a tornado character and move down, to put you as far down as possible. Once you are in this position, you are going to run on screen all the way to the right until you are off screen on the right side. And now you are going to keep running right until you reach the sandwich gate. You're going to eat a sandwich and open the gate. This will cause all of the lava demons to run off screen to the left. Once they have all despawned, the next wave will activate almost instantly. So you need the player that is on screen to run as far right as possible so he doesn't get stuck off screen. And now you need to kill all of the enemies except for one, and make sure that the last enemy is targeting the player on screen. If the enemy is targeting the player off screen, do a double jump combo to knock him over. This will sometimes reset his targeting options and make him target the other player. Once he is targeting the on-screen player, hold up your shield, don't attack him, and avoid knocking him over to prevent him from changing his targeting options. And now you're going to have the off-screen player run blindly through the level until he reaches the end. Now you might be wondering, how am I supposed to run all the way to the end of the level without being able to see where I'm going? Well, you can do this by using the bow. There are 3 different sounds that the bow will make that will help you navigate through the level. The first is the bow hitting nothing, the bow hitting a boundary, and the bow hitting the sandwich gate. An alternative to using the bow and arrow is to use projectile magic. So from the start of the level, you can hold up and right. Then after a little bit, shoot your bow and hear if it hits a boundary. If it does, move down a little bit and then right, and then shoot another arrow and hear if it hits the sandwich gate. If it does, eat a sandwich and open the gate. Now hold right for a little bit and then right and down. After a while, shoot your bow and hear if it hits a boundary. If it does, move left and up for a little bit, shoot another bow, and if it hits the boundary, switch to moving up and right. After a while, shoot your bow again. If it hits a boundary, move down just for a little bit and then down and left. Shoot your bow again. If it hits a boundary, move down and right, and then after a little bit, move up and right. After a while, shoot your bow again. If it hits a boundary, move up and left, and this should put you at the end of the level. Anyways, back to the revive skip. After you have the off-screen player reach the end of the level, make sure they hold a direction, such as right or up, to trigger the ending of the level. Then have the on-screen player kill the final fire demon. As soon as he despawns, the ending of the level will trigger and you will have grabbed the wheel, skipping many waves of Lava World. Skip number 2, the Invincible Man Skip. This skip requires 2 players as well, and also works much easier with Hawkster. So what you're going to do is kill an enemy so that Hawkster grabs food, then have one of your players get killed by a melee attack, and then cancel the flinch animation with light heavy light, and then start a light heavy heavy levitation combo, or cancel the flinch animation with a tornado and then start running in any direction. Then you're going to eat a sandwich while airborne, and once the sandwich timer runs out, land on a piece of food, and this will give you Invincible Man. Then you're going to kill the rest of the enemies in the wave, have the Invincible Man run as far right as possible, and then have the other player move left. This will put the Invincible Man off screen. Then simply have him run to the end of the level, trigger the ending, and then grab the wheel, and you will have skipped Lava World once again. Skip number 3, the off-screen levitation skip. This skip also requires 2 or more players, and you're gonna need teleports turned off. So to do this skip, you need to make it to the first wave of enemies with petrified statues in it. Once you kill all the fire demons, make sure that one player is at the top right of the screen and the other player is at the bottom right of the screen. Both players must be facing right or this won't work. Once the fire demon has died, have both players move straight up. This will shrink the screen and make both players off screen. And now both players need to start doing a levitation combo and move right. If you levitate too low, the skip will not work, so make sure when you're levitating, little to no ground is visible. Now once both players are off screen to the right, have one player run back on screen and kill all of the fire demons except for one. Make sure this last fire demon is targeting the player on screen. Then have the player off screen run to the end of the level, and then have the player on screen kill the last fire demon. If the off screen player was holding a directional input, then this should cause the ending to trigger and you'll grab the wheel, skipping Lava World again. Skip number 4, the Invisible Revive skip. This skip requires teleports to be turned off, 3 or more players, and the animal orb Hogster. So to do this skip, you need to make it to the first wave of enemies after the sandwich gate, and then kill all of the fire demons until there are only 2 remaining. And now you are going to shield or tornado and move left and right on this slope until you stop moving diagonally and only move horizontally. This will give you no clip, allowing you to run directly out of bounds. Another way to get no clip is to have a player die on the slope and have another player revive them from flat ground. This will give the reviving player no clip. And now you are going to kill one of the 2 remaining fire demons so that Hogster grabs food. And now you are going to use the last fire demon to kill one of your players with a melee attack. But then you are going to cancel the flinch animation with either light heavy light and then start a light heavy heavy levitation combo, or cancel it with a tornado and then start moving in a direction or hold up your shield. And now you are going to have all players run upwards out of bounds and have the dead player line up on this imaginary line and then jump and eat a sandwich. When you are in the animation of lying on the ground well beefy, you are going to have another player start to revive them. Then, when the beefy timer ends, you're going to have the dead player land on Hogster's food to get Invincible Man and Invisible Revive. And now, making sure that the Invincible Man is still on this imaginary line, you're going to have the extra player run left to get the Invincible Man off screen to the right. And now once you have had the Invincible Man run off screen to the right for a while, you are going to have the player doing the Invisible Revive to finish reviving the player. This will cause him to no longer be Invincible Man and allow him to grab the wheel at the end of the level. Then you are going to have the off-screen player hold up his shield and hold right for about a minute to a minute and a half until you finally grab the wheel at the end of the level, skipping Lava World once again. Skip number 5, the Dragon and Sock Puppet skip. So to do this skip, you need to make it to this slope after you beat the volcano boss, and then hold up your shield or tornado and move left and right until you stop moving diagonally and only horizontally. And then you are going to stand in front of this 3rd spiky rock in the terrain and then eat a sandwich. When the sandwich timer reaches 1, run right into the cutscene, and when the sandwich timer ends, you will have control over your player. Simply then just run up to the wheel, and once you get close, hold up your shield. This will allow you to get even closer to the wheel, allowing you to grab it and skipping Dragon and Sock Puppet. Skip number 6, the Skeleton skip. So to do this skip, you need to make it to the 2nd wave of enemies with petrified statues in it. Then kill all of the fire demons except for 1. Then have this fire demon kill you with a melee attack, but then cancel the flinch animation with either light heavy light and then start a light heavy heavy levitation combo, or cancel the flinch animation with a tornado. Then kill this fire demon and run right until you go into the next wave, which is the cutscene. Now you need to destroy the petrified statue at the top of the screen. Then once the necromancer is vertically lined up with the food, you need to eat a sandwich. Once the sandwich timer runs out, you need to land on this food and then hold down. Once the cutscene ends, this will put you off screen. And from here, you need to kill all of the skeletons in this wave and then run blindly through the level until you get to the end. But be careful, because if you walk off of this slope, you can get soft locked. But if you avoid this soft lock and make it to the end of the level, you should have skipped Dragon and Sock Puppet again.
Skip number 7, the T.A.G skip. So to do this skip, you need to get no clip by shielding or tornadoing and moving left and right on this slope until you stop moving diagonally and only horizontally. Then you need to make it to the first wave of enemies with petrified statues in it. Weaken this petrified statue by hitting it 3 times and then kill all of the enemies until there is only 1 left. And now you need to get the fire demon to stand next to this petrified statue, and then get hit and killed by one of his melee attacks, but then cancel the flinch animation with either a tornado or light heavy light, and then start a light heavy heavy levitation combo. This should open the petrified statue and kill the fire demon at the same time. Then move upwards out of bounds until the food is just barely off screen. Then jump and eat a sandwich. When the sandwich timer runs out, start a levitation combo until you get teleported. Once you are teleported, try to land on the food. This will allow you to run blindly to the end of the level, skipping Dragon and Sock Puppet for the final time. And there you have it, 7 different ways to skip Dragon and Sock Puppet in Castle Crashers Remastered. Thank you to Fire43 for helping me get footage for this video, and thanks so much for watching, and figuratively speaking, see you next time.